Don't forget, if you're listening in on MixLR, you can let us know your thoughts and views on the MixLR chat feature. We'd love to get your comments out over the course of the evening on the season so far, what you think needs to improve and all that sort of thing. As Guiseley win possession, look to get forward quickly now with Adam Hall just outside the edge of the 18-yard box. Way back across, comes out to the right-hand side now with Ollie Brown. Brown has got two around him though, and he tries to offload the ball to George Cantrell. He was outnumbered. The ball goes out though for a Guiseley throw-in. Kane Felix has been out for the majority of the season. Long throw-in then from Nicholson. A really good one into the 18-yard box. Flicked behind and onto the roof of the net by an Alfreton head. And it will be a corner to the Lions. 7.5 minutes gone.
And cleared the ball away.
Guiseley take a free kick quickly. That's been given to Nathan Tyson. Tyson's got a long way to run into on his left-hand side. He does just that, takes it to the byline now, lifts across towards the back post. Mason needs to get a hand on it to claw that away from danger. But then Matt Reed can't get a proper touch on it. The referee in the lines on that far side. So they can for Guiseley, man. Now it goes for a throw-in on the far side. Hamza Ben Sharif, who comes forward into a lot of space. One too optimistic tries to shoot from the crowd then. Now Ollie Brown on this right-hand side finds Mbeka. Can Mbeka dig the cross out? He can up towards the back post. And is met by the head of Latty Fairweather, but he can only find the side netting.
Covering a lot of the pitch, doing his work.
Certainly putting himself about a bit. London with this ball into the 18-yard box, and it bounces once and then goes into the hands of Owen Mason. Matt Reed looks to the referee.
Yeah, loose passes, isn't it?
There's been a few of them in the final third today. Ben Sharif clearing the ball downfield. Dominic Tia will lay it off to Latty Fairweather. A lovely couple of touches between the number 10 and number 11. Latty Fairweather into the box. Oh, and narrowly wide of the left-hand post. Really good link-up play, though, between the two most recent recruits.
Yeah.
That nearly saw Latty Fairweather getting his second goal in a matter of days.
Absolutely, just bursting infield from that left-hand side. Medring for himself, probably on his, well, I presume it's his weaker right foot, considering he's a left-sided player, but just seen he was with Wickham. So evidently still probably got the quality to play at a higher level, hence why he's come on loan from a Chesterfield team who are right at the top of the National League.
Ball out onto that left-hand side now for Guiseley. Skips inside. Does Dominic Tia gets the shot off and finds the bottom corner. Dominic Tia gets his first Lions goal with a speculative shot from range that George Willis could never get down to. And it's a beautiful finish from the Lions number 10. Guiseley lead here at Nethermoor. Guiseley 1, Alfreton Town 0. Surprising result, as it stands at least. York 0, Bradford Park Avenue 2. Oh, wow. Here's Tia again now on this right side, lays it off to Mbeka. Mbeka, can he get the shot off? He tries to squeeze it through into a dangerous area. Tia goes down, he's never going to get that in a million years. I think he just lost his footing more than anything. Towards the near post, headed away well though by Connor Branson. Picked up by Adam Hall just outside the box. Can he move it back out to that side? He can. To find Dominic Tia, looks to lift it up towards back post again. It's a really decent one. How's that not turned in? There was Ben Sharif and Latty Fairweather both looking to try and turn it in. Lovely touch from Mbeka. Alfreton have got a man down inside the 6-yard box. The referee stops play for it. He's one of those absolute players that you love when he's on your team, but cannot stand when you're up against it. And from somebody who's been in both situations, I should know. An opportunity then for Guiseley from this near side with a throw-in. Taken by Nicholson up towards the near post, headed away well by Alfreton. And there goes the half-time whistle. James Bancroft brings this first half to an end with the scoreline here at Nethermoor Park. Guiseley 1, Alfreton Town 0. The Lions going ahead for a strike from distance from Dominic Tia that nestled in the bottom left-hand corner. A fairly even contest with neither goalkeeper having a great deal to do though, Simon.
No, they are.
Your assessment so far?
I think on the balance of play, we probably deserve the lead, I'd say. Probably 1-0 is probably fair, and it's the one moment of quality, really, isn't it? That separated the two sides with Tia coming in and driving that shot with his right foot straight into the bottom corner. The three of Reed, Southwell, and Tyson might be jinxing it, but they've been surprisingly blunt, I'd say, so far.
Yeah, they've had the moments. They've been, they've shown some good touch and a decent link-up play at times. But as we just, said a few minutes ago, Owen Mason so far hasn't had. Again, I feel like I'm jinxing this, but he hasn't had a great deal to do so far in this game. That is a fact.
We can only say what we see. talked about tempting fate, haven't we? We'll try not to do that too much over the course of the next 40, 45.
So Guiseley shooting in this second half from right to left. As Nick comes back with his pint and reminds me that we're still not losing. We're not. In fact, it's better than not losing. We're currently winning. Tia lays it back to Cantrell. Cantrell to Nicholson. Nicholson will go all the way back to the goalkeeper. With a low one to Ben Sharif, and it's just wrong-footed him. And now Nathan Tyson picks up the ball on that left-hand side. Drives towards the byline, gets the crossing towards the back post where Matt Reid is waiting, and it's tapped in by Dayle Southwell. It had to be, didn't it, of all the players, and that was just a mix-up at the back. Owen Macy with a poor clearance finds Ben Sharif, or couldn't find Ben Sharif. Tyson on the left, chipped to the back post. Matt Reid with the shot. Took a little bit of an age to get across the line, but there was Southwell in the end to stab it over. And we said before the game that Southwell was inevitably going to come back and bite us, and he's done just that very quickly in the second half. Tonight, up towards the back post, looking for Ben Sharif. It's just fisted away by George Willis.
It's another great delivery, though.
And then fully cleared away now by Dominic Smith. Out for a Guiseley throw-in, but as you say, a really good delivery from Dominic Tia. That certainly looks like a string to his bow that I wasn't aware of before he signed. Corner, though, will be taken first for the visitors. Right-footed in swinger from that far side from Dayle Southwell. Southwell towards the near post. It ends up being low. It's a decent effort. Goes for a crowd of players. Takes a couple of deflections. Come back as far as Reid, who claimed for a handball against Adam Hall. I mean, I can kind of see what he was going with in terms of the appeals, but he was never likely to get him from that kind of range. It was Ollie Brown, rather. And Polo, though, on the ball. Moves it in field to Cantrell. Cantrell bring the ball forward. Decent little run. Then offloads that as far as Dominic Tia. Tia back to Cantrell instead. Nice footwork from the guys in number 2. Gets as far as Dominic Tia. Tia, can he get the shot off? He can! And Dominic Tia sticks it in the back of the Alfreton net. The Lions regain the lead here at Nethermoor. Guiseley 2, Alfreton 1.
Fantastic. Defence to attack in just a blink of an eye, wasn't it? George Cantrell carrying the ball upfield. Fantastic. Gets to the edge of the area, plays in Dominic Tia, wasn't it? And just right-footed strike, straight across the goal, bottom left corner, 2-1 to Guiseley, 2 for Tia. Struggled immensely.
Capable of getting forward, though, young Danny Preston.
What a touch.
Lovely touch there from Adam Hoare. Out to that right-hand side, the cross goes in. Dominic Tia kind of goes to ground just on the edge of the box in the meantime, but referee waves it away. Play continues with it Polo in possession. Out to this left-hand side to Lati Fairweather. Nice footwork from the number 11. Then looks to flick it goalwards. Flicked on by Hoare towards goal and into the hands of the goalkeeper. This one goes in into a really good area. It comes as far as Hollins. It's between Hollins and Mbeka. Can't be turned goal bound. Great reading of the play, though, there from Ollie Brown to dispossess Dayle Southwell. Polo. He's off to Lati Fairweather. Great opportunity. Adam Hoare. Hoare goes for goal. Blocked by the legs of Dominic Smith, though. Comes back out to his near side, and then Southwell just clears it downfield. There's Reeves with a physical battle with Cantrell. Often in possession for now. Back on the halfway line, though. Guys are above the danger for now. Now with Hobson. Hobson out to that left-hand channel. Comes as far as Reeves. The cross comes in up towards the back post, and Matt Reid in acres of space, completely unmarked. If he'd made some contact on that, he could well have turned that goal bound, but as it is, just too much on it, and behind for a goal kick it goes. Indeed. So Dominic Tia goes down under a strong challenge. Play continues. Referee waves advantage. So maybe a yellow card for that. Played out though by Polo to Lati Fairweather. His cross is cleared away well. Brad Nicholson misses his touch at the crucial time. The ball drops kindly to Matt Reid. To be fair to Nicholson, he quickly responded and tried to do what he could, and actually forced the ball backwards in doing so, but Alfreton still have possession with Lund at the back post, and it's easy as you like. Hobson at the back post, taps it in for 2-2. Terrible marking. Nobody picked up Hobson with the run towards the back stick, and the cross goes in. Wait, it is a goal, isn't it? But there's absolutely very little reaction from anyone.
Yeah, it is.
I was questioning myself then, though, because everyone was just around. And
there's not really many travelling supporters, is there? You're not seeing many people celebrating. I think that's probably what it is. But yeah,
didn't really see many of the Alfreton players celebrating either. I was properly caught off guard then, because everyone just seemed to be stood around. I mean, that's what the guys, the defenders, were doing beforehand. But it is a goal. It is 2-2. Again now with the second ball on his feet, brings it forward. Just needs somebody to lay it off to. And Mbeka was in offside position anyway. Play continues. Adam Hawke with the opportunity to chase it. The goalkeeper, George Willis, does well. But it's good as far as Mbeka. Mbeka looks a lob it. And Mbeka scores! On the right-hand side. An absolute comedy of errors at the back for Alfreton Town. It's their turn to make defensive mistakes. And that has allowed Lebrun Mbeka to turn the ball in from at least 35 yards on the right-hand side. George Willis will off his line. The Lions go ahead. Guiseley 3, Alfreton 2.
Oh, getting absolutely mobbed down in that corner. Oh, really good pressure from Adam Hall, forcing the error from George Willis. The Alfreton defender's not picked up on the pass out, and Mbeka's just picked it up first time, and a perfectly weighted, just little lob, little ding, straight over the head of George Willis and into the empty net. This might be the last phase of play. We've certainly had 3 minutes.
And there it is. Full-time whistle from James Bancroft sees Guiseley pick up a home win for the first time since a 2-0 win against Leamington back in October and November time. A really good attacking performance from the Lions today, running out 3-2 winners. Not often we've been able to say that about attacking performances from the Lions, Simon, but over the line, 3 goals, 3 points.
Right, Ross, obviously it's a very welcome result, but you must be pleased with the performance as well, I would have thought.
Yeah, really pleased with the performance. Scored 3 goals. I think it's the first time this season we scored 3 goals. Thought we looked a real threat all game. If I'm being completely honest, I thought it were a 3-0 performance. We've scored. The last goal, we've kept the pressure on, and Levy's calmed himself down to finish, which we speak about a lot. Other 2 were really well worked goals, and we've handed them 2 goals on a plate, and I'm not sure that Owens had much to do other than pick ball out on them 2 things. But as you say, we nearly had give him a leg up, and we nearly get him a way out. But showed fantastic character. 1-0 up with the last 3 results that we've had. 1-0 up, showed great character. 1-1. Back to 2-1, 2-2, and showed a great character, and like you say, and got the third. So really impressed with all the lads all the way through.
How did you feel when their second goal went in?
Unbelievable, isn't it? It's just one of them things. You look round at the characters and you see the last games, and I think you look back over Christmas. I've looked back over the last 6 games, in all honesty, over Christmas. I think we were 3 unbeaten. We've drawn with Bradford and Farsley, which games that we thought we should have won, beat Telford. And then you look, after that we've gone Spennymoor, which I don't think we deserve to lose that by any stretch of the imagination. And then we've gone to Stourbridge, lost on a penalty shoot, and then gone to most affluent club in country, in our league, and just got edged out and played with 10 men, and the lads have given everything. And a bit disappointed Saturday to come off, and 1 or 2 fans booing, etc. That Saturday weren't a booing performance. The lads are giving everything. They've all jumped in the cars. They've all travelled 2 and 3 hours in the cars on their own. They turn up. They train Tuesday night. They train Thursday night. They don't get a fraction of anybody else's wages, and they get beat and we get booed. Unbelievable. We're a real young group, and I'm not using that as an excuse, but we've come today after that on Saturday, that response that we got full time, showed an immaculate performance, I thought, and like I said, I thought it was a 3-0 performance, but we've get away the 2 goals that were soft goals really, but they're the bits that we need to tidy up.
I mean, our third goal, as you say, it was a great finish by Lebrun Mbeka, but they made a mistake. So was that the middle that we need maybe to turn around?
Well, I always say make your own luck in football, and you can score just as easy by winning ball back off opposition than you can from keeping it off the opposition, and you can score as many goals by forcing mistakes rather than scoring the perfect goal. And LeBron's reacted really well. They have made a mistake, granted, but you've got to be there and you've got to keep the pressure on. And then once you've kept the pressure on and you've won the ball back, can you then compose yourself and get to your ability and show quality? And he really did that, LeBron. And I think if we not have won that game, it would have been a travesty in all honesty.
It was a great finish. And Dominic Town and Adam Hall were just irrepressible today, weren't they?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I thought they got stronger as the game went, especially Adam second half. Did really well, but Dom's a good footballer. I've known about Dom for a bit. The thing that he needs to get things the right way around, and at the minute, he's working hard. He's not just a luxury player. He's not just somebody who's got real good ability. And he's the icing on the cake player. He's a reliable at the minute. The last 2 games, he's been reliable member of our team, and that's the difference in my opinion between, it's not just about ability, he's got that in abundance, but he's been a reliable part of our team in the last 2 games, and he's got to his ability today, and he's deserved his reward. 2
good finishes. And you mentioned after the Fylde game that we tried to bring a striker in who then got injured.
Yeah.
Is there any movement on that one?
His parent club, it is going to be a loan. His parent club have been excellent about it, in all honesty. They allowed him to train with us on Thursday night. We are doing the paperwork. He trained with us. He did ever so well. He took a knock right at the end of training, and then overnight his ankle swelled up. And we were hoping it was just going to settle down over the weekend, but it didn't. So they rung me first thing Monday morning and said, look, it's not settled down as we had done. Hopefully it'll be all right for Saturday. So they're still there, and at the end of the day, he's got injured training with us, and they've been excellent about it, and they're still looking to send him with us, and hopefully we'll have him for Saturday.
And next week is obviously Southwell away, isn't it? And it's a tough one, but we can go in with a bit more confidence and the bags of energy today in the performance too.
I think so. We're always going to be a tough one today. There's different ways to play, to win football games, and Alfreton make it really hard for a lot of teams this season. And we're only a few weeks ago that they've gone to Boston, and I can't remember what scoreline were, but it could have been a cricket score. They made it really hard for them. And like I said to a man, our lads today have stood up to that physical bombardment that they got, and then I think it was massively important that we got to football and played his own game, and they did that really well. And like I say, I thought we fully deserved the result, but we've got to go to Southport again on Saturday. Real respectable manager I've got a lot of time for, always finds teams that do really well in this league and the league above, and it'll be we're under no illusions what how difficult a game it'll be on Saturday, but I can assure you the lads will jump in the cars, they'll travel 2 and 3 hours, and they'll get out and they give everything they've got, and they'll come and they'll leave everything on pitch like they always do.
I mean, you said to me after the Fylde game that you felt that we weren't far off, and it's proven so today.
Well, we weren't far off, but then obviously we've made 2 mistakes. So you can be the best team in the world, or you can be the best player in the world. You're only as good as your mistakes that you're making. And we nearly gave them a leg up today. We nearly let them off the hook. But like I said, fantastic character from lads, and I think we fully deserved the win.